Hello everyone, welcome back to Medical Coding Club. This is Chandrika. So today let's understand about 26 and TC modifier with a practical example, and also we'll see the guidelines for Medicare. So let's start. So today we will cover, in short, I'm going to introduce to professional and technical component, and let's understand regarding modifier 26 and TC and how to use CMS PC and TC indicators and correct coding scenarios for global versus split billing, common errors and Medicare denials, how to use CMS fee schedule to check PC and TC indicators, and then we'll wrap up with a clear example for the session. Okay, and if you are interested to join to my 1 month CPC exam preparation classes, or if you want to learn completely from basic to advanced level, you can join my online classes and you can text me on WhatsApp, or you can enroll through my website. So let's begin. So you can see here, understanding professional and technical components. So in many diagnostic services like X-ray or ECG, there are two parts exist. One is for technical service, which is technical component. Okay, it includes, it could be equipment or supply, and the technician capturing the image. And coming to professional component, it involves a licensed provider interpreting the test result and writing a report, okay, which is nothing but interpretation. So these components are often billed separately when provided by different entities. So this is what we need to understand whenever you are dealing with that, to mainly radiology section, or kind of ECG. You just have to check whether this physician is providing both the service or only a single service. Okay, so that we need to check. So next, coming to a modifier 26. Modifier 26 is used when only the professional part of the service is provided, that is interpretation and reporting the results. For example, if radiologist reads the chest X-ray taken at a hospital and writes the report, they will bill 71046 with 26 modifier. So assume this radiologist, he's a profi physician. Okay, he works professionally. He is not completely a part of hospital setting, but he works as a professional. Okay, so the hospital needs to pay him a professional charges. So what do? Here hospital owns the equipment. Okay, so utilizing the hospital equipment, that they took X-ray, but while interpreting they asked the radiologist to interpret. Okay, so I need to get the radiologist reimbursement, so I am going to use 71046 with 26 modifier, where this 26 modifier defines his professional service. Okay, so this must be billed under interpreting providers NPI. Okay, NPI stands for National Provider Identification, and here location and supported by signed report. So for like the documentation, necessary documents are the provider must sign the document, and also we should have a valid NPI, and according to the location we need to enter all the details when we are billing for a professional service. Okay, that it should directly get the radiologist reimbursement. So coming to modifier TC, here modifier TC is used only when the technical aspect of the service is provided. For example, whenever facility performs chest X-ray where the X-ray machine or equipment was owned by hospital, here if they ask to report hospital service, then it is related to technical. Okay, so we have utilized the equipment to capture the X-ray, then the same CPT code will be billed with TC modifier. Okay, so next, so coming to CMS, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Under this guideline, we are, we have to check the professional component and technical component indicators. So these indicators will help us understand whether we can split that CPT code or any other guidelines applicable for the CPT code. Okay, so it will clearly tell us. So utilizing the indicator, so you can see CMS assigns PC and TC indicators to each CPT code. If the indicator is 1, it means that code supports both the technical and professional component, and modifier 26 and TC can be applied. Okay, so when you check the CPT code in the CMS tool, if the indicators comes out as a 1, then you should understand you are eligible to split that CPT, or you can apply your modifier whatever they are asking. If the question about professional service, then you may go with 26 modifier, and if the question about technical service, you can go with the TC modifier. Okay, so by utilizing the indicator 1 information, it will tell you that you are supposed to use modifier on this CPT code. Okay, so next for the same example, 71046 has PC and TC indicator as 1. Okay, if you check the chest x-ray CPT code, it has an indicator of 1, so it can be built globally. Okay, or split using modifier if performed by a different providers. So globally, the meaning of globally means if the same, like in the same hospital who belongs to same group, if they are performing both professional service and technical service, and that will be considered as a global service. Okay, there where no modifier is needed. Okay, we should not use any TC or 26 modifier unless they're questioning about a single service. Okay, so coming to split using modifier, so here if they use technical help from other hospital and professional service from another entity, then we must split the same CPT code. Okay, we must split the same CPT like 71046, one line, another line same 71046, but giving two different modifier, for one 26, for another CPT TC. Okay, this is how we will split and build the CPT code when it is needed. Okay, so this will be based on your indicator. Not all the indicator represent same kind of billing. Only indicator 1 is allowed to bill like this. So next, understand global versus split billing. As I said earlier, global billing is when the same provider performs both the technical and professional component. No modifier is needed. Okay, so if you are referring both the service under same entity, then you don't have to use any modifier. You can just bill the CPT alone. Coming to split billing, it occurs when provider performs the test and another interprets it, and in this case use TC and 26 respectively. Okay, so one provider performs the test means like through hospital they are taking the x-ray and another interpreting it. So then for hospital you're gonna bill TC, and for professional you're gonna bill 26 by splitting the CPT code. Okay, and Medicare requires these to be billed on a separate claim by different NPIs. So this NPI rule is applicable, so that if you are currently working, like you will be knowing more regarding all the entities and their NPI and the facility coding, everything. So as of now for CPC, just understand what is 26 and what is TC. So you can see the example, a clinic bills 71046 with a TC modifier for taking the X-ray, and the radiologist bill 7104626 for interpretation from the separate location. So next, common coding errors to avoid: billing both 71046 TC and 7104626 on the same claim. Same claim in the sense sometime in the same line item. Okay, if you add 71046 and you in the same modifier box if you give TC and 26, this will be invalid. Okay, this will be a denial or a coding error. Okay, it will lead to Medicare rejection. So as we discussed, if we are splitting the CPT, then it should be split on two different line items and respective NPA should be added once it get rejected. So next, adding modifier 26 is the code is for technical only, and using TC on the code that professional only. So see this examples. So the meaning here 93005, this CPT code, it is a fully technical service. Okay, CPT code itself tell you it is regarding technical. Okay, there are other indicators applicable here. So for this case, you should not use any modifier, and you should not even use 26 modifier. Same way 93010, this is purely for professional only. So this CPT itself says this is a professional service. Okay, so then you don't have to use any 26 modifier once again, or TC modifier for anything to show it was kind of utilized in hospital. No need of any modifier. Okay, so if you verify these two CPTs with the indicators, then you will understand what it is. So see here, if you want to check, just visit CMS Physician Fee Schedule tool and enter CPT code. Whatever the CPT you want to check, just put it and select the appropriate year and review the indicators. Okay, down it will show what are the indicator applicable. Okay, so as we already discussed, indicator 1 says you can apply modifier either 26 or TC based on a scenario. Next, if it is 0, 2, 3 or 4, this code is not applicable. Not applicable in the sense we have the rules. Okay, say for example, if you get 0 as your indicator, this is for physician service only. Okay, like it includes only professional work like ENM, surgery. Okay, same way, if you receive 2 indicator says the below CPT is purely for professional component only. Okay, same way 3 is for complete technical component only. The CPT itself is for technical component. Okay, and lastly 4 refers to global test only. Okay, modifier are not allowed, so it is completely global. Okay, so next we have few more indicators like 5, okay, incident to codes, and then 6, laboratory physician interpretation. Okay, so for lab also we will get interpretation, right? For that indicator 6 will be applicable. And next is like 7 is private practice therapy. Okay, and almost 8 and 9 is kind of not applicable. Okay, so you just visit the CMS site and you will get. I just wanted to give the example from CMS tool itself, but it has a copyright rule, so I don't want to take any kind of snippet, so I just left like that. Okay, so example, a patient visits freestanding urgent care clinic with a right ankle pain after a fall. An X-ray of the right ankle, which is 3 views, is performed at the clinic using their own equipment. The image is later interpreted by radiologist who is not employed by the clinic and works remotely under different NPI. Okay, as a medical coder, how should this service be both the clinic and radiologist? Okay, so you can see here hospital service was first hospital service you're gonna bill, and then if you look into the radiologist service, this radiologist service was given professionally. Okay, he's not an employee there. Okay, so he's like a professional. You can mention him as a profi. So he is only giving he is getting the profit charges for whatever the service he is doing. So we must put him under professional service. Okay, so same CPT code, ankle X-ray 3 views CPT code I have added, and I have split and build both modifier in a 2 separate line item. Okay, and also I am supposed to use laterality along with the TCN 26 modifier since it is right ankle X-ray. Okay, so this is how it works. So like you should not think too much. So once you start working, you will understand deeply about TCN 26 modifier usage. As of now, know the description of the TCN 26 and know little about when to apply 26, when to apply TC. Okay, that's all. I think you have got more insights on CMS. and please do subscribe to my channel and share with your medical coding friends. Thank you all. Thank you for watching.